Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Before starting, subscribe and like the videos, it really helps. The content from this video are taken from the web novel and manga series of Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation. Now please enjoy the video. Volume 10 Chapter 2 Things to Prepare Before Marriage. Second part. Part 1. We will take turns keeping watch at night. Two people sleep while the other is the lookout. If there is an abnormality, we wake up the two remaining people immediately. It's such an arrangement. That said, I'll wake them up by all means if there's a particular kirikiri sound. The room we are sleeping in is the same one in which the previous resident was cruelly murdered. It's a room at the end of the hall on the upper floor. It may be related to the place that a demon appears. I can't really think of this kind of thing being caused by some sort of homeless thief, but if it is, then it would ease my mind. If the opponent is a human, dealing with them is easy. There might even be a reward for catching them, which will help the wedding fund. If the opponent is a demon, it's simpler. Search and destroy. It is really simple. Part 2. Wake up Rudeus. There's a sound. It was Cliff who woke me up. I sprang up immediately. Zenoba is still sleeping. We had rotating guard shifts for about 2 hours to allow each other to get a shallow sleep. Since we don't know the exact time, we used an hourglass. It is the second shift now. In the middle of the night. It's just the right time for a demon to come out. Please wake up Zenoba. I briefly told Cliff and moved to the door, and I listened carefully. Kiri, Kata, Ki, this is dangerous. It sounds real, it's very clear. The sound is like a chair creaking. Scary. I was able to see with foresight eyes. Zenoba, while rubbing his eyes, yawned greatly. I confirm it and put my hand on the doorknob. Then, I open the door slowly, so as not to make a noise. I look at the hallway. Nothing. Just in case, I also look at the other side. Nothing. The top, the bottom. Nothing. I listen carefully. I hear nothing. The sound has already stopped. Zenoba got up. What's up? There's nothing there. We can either search inside the house or wait until there is a change in this room. The former resident thought that he misheard the sound, left it unattended, and died. The thing is, if we wait here, and there is some kind of threat, no, even the previous resident, if he heard a sound that clear, he would have gone to investigate. Do I imitate him? I will search for the enemy. Alright. Is the formation the same as before? Oh, be careful. If Shisho protects the back, it would be a relief. Zenoba has a stone club. Cliff, filled with tension, followed. Cliff Senpai, do you remember what to do? I'll cast exorcism magic. That's right. Thank you, so it's okay. Zenoba is the tank while Cliff uses exorcism magic, and if that doesn't work, I'll use a rock bullet. Alright. Zenoba, go. A night search began. Part 3. I know where the rooms are since we examined the house once already during the day. The search operation went smoothly. First, I examined all the rooms upstairs. Nothing unusual. Then, we carefully went down to the ground floor. We check out the rooms one by one, such as the stove or fireplace, and other places something might be hidden. Nothing unusual. The rooms are all beautiful. Shisho, only the basement is left. Ah. We move to the basement. The door behind the stairs. The stairs to the basement. It's dark. There seems to be some strange sense from the basement. It seems I'm also tense. I could hear my heart thumping. A single deep breath. While paying attention at the back, we descended the stairs. I feel like I'm descending into hell. We arrived at the basement. What's up? There is nothing. Zenoba answered so. I also tried to light up the surroundings with a lamp. I try to look carefully at the corner. But, there's nothing there. However, the former resident would have examined the basement too. It's the most suspicious place. However, there was nothing to be found even if you look at a glance. For the time being, let's prepare for a surprise attack once we return to the room. I heard the sound. Then the enemy will come. Alternatively, it may wait to attack until after we fall fast asleep. Well, we can also try to pretend to be asleep until tomorrow. We carefully leave the basement and go up to the second floor. We walked to the hallway and came back to the room we waited in. Zenoba, please be careful when opening the door. It is also possible that it is lurking in the room where we slept. I understand. Zenoba slowly reached the doorknob while grasping his stone club. It opened. Nothing happens. Seems to be alright. Nothing. No attack. A sigh. Let's see if it attacks the place again while we are sleeping, or, for example, if it attacks while using the toilet. That reminds me, I didn't examine the garden. When tomorrow comes, I guess I should also investigate the garden. And then, suddenly, I looked back. There it is. Down the hall. Lowering its posture as if to crawl. The upper body part peeped out from the stairs. It tilts his head looking at me. I wonder if it's human. There was an eye. There was a nose. There was a mouth. There was no hair. There were no ears, and I didn't feel its life either. In the dark, while the pale silhouette rose, the guy was looking at me. For several seconds, we stared at each other. The moment I was about to say something, that fellow moved. It raised its upper body as if about to leap, then jumped to the second floor. There were 4 hands. There were also 4 feet. In the dark, that person, while brandishing a kind of stake in his hand, while moving 4 feet, without a sound, ran over here with tremendous speed. I lost my balance. I shot a rock bullet at once while falling on my backside. It crosses my mind, my concern is that it might break the house. Hesitation weakened the power of rock bullet. The rock bullet crushed the shoulder of the guy and it staggered. However, the guy doesn't stop. He raises a stake toward me. Then I try to avoid it with foresight eye. Shisho. Zenoba jumped in front of me. A stake was swung down swiftly into Zenoba. The stake struck an inch from his heart. Zenoba, it didn't stick. Zenoba's Tuki stopped the stake. It's Zenoba indeed. Nothing serious. Zenoba grabbed the guy's face with one hand. It thrashed its 8 limbs in a frenzy, pounding on Zenoba. Then our God gives grace to the Mother Earth. I do it against the law of nature, and give the foolish person heaven's vengeance. Exorcist rate, Cliff started chanting while half of his body was still inside the room. White light shot out from his staff and hit the guy. However, that guy's movements don't stop. It isn't a ghost. I aimed my hand at the guy. Rock bullet. Next I'll hit him in the face. But in this position, I'll hit Zenoba. Zenoba, step aside, I'll use a rock bullet. Shisho, please wait. Zenoba didn't move. Even though his clothes were tattered from being continuously struck with the stake, he didn't flinch. Why? It's fine, move. I'll do it. Please wait. Shisho. Thank you. Zenoba hugged him. As if to protect it from me, it continued to struggle in a frenzy. Zenoba's clothes were shredded. Despite his superhuman strength, he revealed an uncharacteristically slender back. For several seconds, for several minutes, as time passed, the guy moved intensely, but gradually his movement dulls. Eventually, it stopped moving. Zenoba confirmed it, stripped off his torn clothes and tied up that guy's hands and feet. Shisho, first to the room. I was prompted by Zenoba, and we returned to the room. Part 4. In the room, Cliff was trembling and shaking. I wasn't running away, you know. I thought the narrow hallway was becoming a hindrance. Well, it was a wise decision. Right? It wasn't convincing. Well, I was also abruptly scared by it, and I won't say anything. Shisho. Zenoba, you survived, but it was dangerous. Because even you aren't an immortal like a demon king. Shisho, it's amazing. Look here, please look at this. Zenoba was very excited. While completely ignoring my words, he had sat on the ground. I hear a light sound unexpectedly clang clang. Zenoba lights it up with a lamp. This is a doll. There a pale-colored, wooden doll was laid out. 4 hands and 4 feet. It is a strange figure, but it is a doll. The feet were bound with cloth. When I thought that I didn't hear its footsteps, it is a black cloth. I thought that it was a stake, but it is a broken hand. Among the 4 hands, 2 of them were broken. On its face was a nose and a mouth made with minimal effort. Something like a glass ball is fitted for the eyes. It is inorganic too. I met eyes with the damn thing. To be honest, I don't want to look at it too much, it's too creepy. Also, at some point it starts to move. If you look at Cliff, he also seems to agree with me. Holding his staff, he was staring at the doll vigilantly. Shisho, this is amazing. Only Zenoba was different. He seems to not be able to hide his excitement. If it comes with a rare doll, this is it immediately. Zenoba, no matter how much you like a doll, Shisho, this doll is moving, a doll moving, and, that said, I also noticed, this doll attacked us. A doll that moves, a doll that moves. Golem. Automata-made robo. Wah wah wah. Such words crossed my mind. The fear had faded in an instant. It certainly is amazing. Shisho, did you realize it at last? I listened to Zenoba, whose tones seemed to imply, there's no way Shisho wouldn't realize it. It was a tone that stimulated pride. It was nice of you to not break it. Zenoba, there's no doubt in your judgment. Foo, I noticed that this was a doll at first glance. Indeed, your eye for dolls has already surpassed me. I properly praised Zenoba, who had a satisfied look. However, it is a moving doll. If you think about it, there are moving minerals like a golem or something like that in this world. This doll is a wood carving, but maybe it's possible to move a stone figure. Being able to move the figure itself. Using a man-made material such as silicon, creating a doll with the skin of a person is possible. And if it moves, the dream spreads. Zenoba, what should we do? My heart is racing. Shisho, me too. I can barely contain tears of joy. First of all, let's take this doll back home. Then examine how it moves. Since it can't normally move, it might be like a magic tool with a magic circle carved in it. Hey, you guys, give me a break. And, he was angry suddenly. Cliff still remains clenching his staff, while glaring. This isn't the time or place to talk about such a thing. What do you mean, such a thing? Zenoba grabbed Cliff's face, and lifted him into the air. Aga. Cliff grabbed Zenoba's arm while remaining suspended, but it won't budge. It's been a while since I last saw this spectacle. A doll moved. Why don't you understand its importance? Oh wow. There are demons that create moving armors too, you know. A demon. Hearing that term, I remembered our objective. We did not come here to catch a moving doll. I came to obtain this house. However, securing the house, and clearing up the mystery of the moving doll. It's not like I can't do both. Zenoba, please release your hand. Mew, but Shisho. Cliff Senpai's words are reasonable. Zenoba released his grip. Cliff is let down instantly. I cast healing magic immediately. What a crybaby. Perhaps, this doll is the identity of the demon. There may not be just one. Let's find and capture the rest. Maybe we'll find blueprints for the doll. Oh, I see, for sure. Zenoba with a face convinced nodded and said, we won't sleep tonight. Let's thoroughly search for where this doll was hiding. Thus, the third house search began. That's it guys, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want more and don't forget to like the videos.